Hey, coach, what if financial freedom is not hiding inside your next revenue goal? I'm Kendall, and in this episode, we're challenging one of the biggest misconceptions women entrepreneurs have about money. And it's that making more automatically will create financial freedom. That's not how it works. So I'm going to walk you through the 3 stages of business growth and give you a checklist of money skills that matter most at each stage, and why women can increase their income year after year without experiencing the freedom that they actually expected. Because financial freedom, guess what? It's not a revenue milestone. It's a progression of money skills. It's all here for you in this episode. Let's dive in.
Welcome to the Money Coach School podcast. To really excel at coaching women, you have to be skilled, confident, and even fearless at money coaching. If you're passionate about women holding genuine money power and love supporting women entrepreneurs, then this is the show for you. Now here's your host, money feminist Kendall Summerhawk.
Hello, women entrepreneur, and welcome back to the podcast. We're diving right in, which I know you love because I get so many positive comments about how this show is the perfect length. It's not too long, it's easy to listen to, and it's full of depth and richness. So thank you for letting me know that you appreciate that. I appreciate you letting me know. All right, really quickly before we dive in, have you joined me on my new Substack, Feminine Money Mastery? Substack is where I am spilling the secrets on women entrepreneurs and money and what women are capable of creating financially. Because you know what? Women have never been taught how to create safety, stability, and wealth. And Feminine Money Mastery is where that changes. So I really want you to join me over there. It's free. You can go to kendall-summerhawk.com to subscribe and be part of the conversation. And I will also link to it in the show notes. So today we're talking about one of the biggest misconceptions women entrepreneurs have about financial freedom. And it's this: believing financial freedom magically arrives once they make enough money. Yeah, it does not work that way. I have watched women increase their income year after year, coach them to do that, and still feel frustrated with money. I have watched women hit revenue goals they once dreamed about and wonder why they still don't feel and truly are not financially free. So here's the reason why. Financial freedom is not a revenue milestone. It is a progression of money skills that lead to that experience that you want to create. So for sure, the revenue number matters, absolutely. But financial freedom was never hiding inside a specific income level waiting to be discovered. If it was, every woman who hits 6 figures would feel financially free, but she doesn't. Every woman who doubles her income would feel financially free, but she doesn't. Every woman who reaches her next revenue goal would finally relax, but she doesn't, because that's not what happens. So today we're talking about the 3 stages of business growth and the money skills that matter most at each one. Because you can be bringing in income, hitting 5K, 10K, 30K, 50K, 100K months, whatever, and still feel like your bank account isn't growing the way you expected. So, by the way, that's not a sign that you're bad with money. It's a sign that your habits haven't evolved. So let's fix this. It's actually pretty easy to fix. So in this episode, I'm going to break down the 3 levels of business growth and that critical checklist of habits that most coaches and consultants often fail to embrace. Now, these are the key money skills, habits, however you want to look at them, that matter most at each level or at each phase of business growth. And I am super happy to put these checklists into your hands. By the way, go ahead and click follow wherever it is that you're listening to the podcast. I am your money coach, and every episode here is designed to help you increase your income, grow your profit, and feel in control of your money. So let's get into it. So stage number 1 is making money. It's pretty basic, right? This is all about getting paid. And this is where every entrepreneur starts. It's where your focus is clear: getting clients, revising your offer, and usually replacing your past income as quickly as possible. And I remember what it felt like to be at this level. My big goal was to replace my job salary with my coaching income. But this is where most women coaches and consultants build their business from sheer passion and a lot of hustle. But here's the thing. None of that is inherently wrong. This is your initial level, after all, your initial phase. But if you don't evolve these money habits early, they're going to sabotage you later, because level 1 is all about speed. But what happens when speed is no longer the goal and stability is? So this level or phase of growth is where most women coaches and consultants can most easily get stuck, because this level echoes the patriarchal view that we've inherited, that patriarchal view that women aren't good with money, that women need to hustle for every dollar, that women need to settle for what they have, that making money is hard, that having money belongs to someone else. Well, screw that. We're breaking free of that here, because as a woman, you are meant for prosperity and richness and overflow. So the challenge is that many women unconsciously treat making money as the finish line. It isn't. It's actually just the entry point. So here's what usually isn't happening. And this is one of the checklists that I promised you. You're not consistently tracking what's coming in or going out. Savings, yeah, maybe someday, but for right now, that's a thought far out of your mind. Taxes, probably being put off to figure out later or not at all. Trust me, in the beginning, I had absolutely zero idea about taxes. I actually did a whole episode about this, which I will link to it in the show notes for you, okay? Because taxes is not something you want to get behind on. Paying yourself, well, often like savings, this often isn't even a concept when you're in this stage. So paying yourself is inconsistent at best and usually the last priority. And lastly, you're reinvesting a lot into coaching programs, some technology, a few hours of team support, but not from a place of strategy. It's more emotional, reactive, or because you think that's what you're supposed to do, instead of it being intentional and strategic. So the key point here is this: making money creates opportunity. That's wonderful. And as an entrepreneur, especially in the coaching and consulting world, you have the opportunity to make like insane, delusional amounts of money. I've made $30 million. So I'm here to testify that that is absolutely true. But it's what you do after the money arrives that determines whether that opportunity becomes your financial freedom. All right, let's go to stage number 2, which is keeping money. Stage 2 is where things start to feel real. You're making consistent income. Yes, it may go up and down month to month. That's fine. That's just part of the world of being an entrepreneur. But the money's coming in. You've got an offer. You've got clients. You've got traction. Maybe you're earning more money than you ever have before. I know a lot of my clients experience that. And yet, when you look at your bank account, you don't feel like a woman who has money. You feel like a woman who just makes money. And those are two very different experiences. So now it's time to start keeping what you make. This is what this stage is all about. But most women hit this stage with stage 1 habits still running the show. You're not at stage 1 anymore. Those habits need to evolve. They need to upgrade. So here's what that often looks like. You still don't have a regular money date. You're still not paying yourself consistently, or you're paying yourself, but it never feels like enough. You want to save. You think that's a good idea, but it's inconsistent or gets drained the second expenses pop up. Tax time still feels like a scramble. You're making more, but you're spending more, and your profit margin is blurry at best, and often not something you give a lot of thought to. So even though you may be earning like into 6 figures, for example, you don't feel 6 figures wealthy. And that's because this level isn't just about more income. It's about stepping into your role as a true steward of your money. And stewardship isn't just a mindset. It's a series of habits and structures and identity shifts that make your money feel safe in your hands and accumulate in your bank account. So the key point at this stage is this: financial freedom doesn't begin when money starts coming in. Financial freedom begins when money starts staying. Got that? All right, good. Let's go on to stage number 3, which is all about multiplying money. So at this level, you're scaling, you're really growing. Your revenue has increased well beyond 6 figures, most likely. Your offers are definitely working. You've raised your prices. You have a small team. Your offers fill. But without what I call overflow habits, this stage becomes a burnout zone. This is the quote, look successful from the outside phase, but behind the scenes, it's fragile. This is where women discover that revenue and wealth are not the same thing. You can have a highly successful business and still not be building financial independence. You'll make more, work more, and still feel like you're one unexpected expense away from unraveling. And here's what most coaches or consultants at this level still haven't implemented. A true financial team. There's no bookkeeper, no tax strategy, no registered financial planner. The second thing is savings is minimal and there's no system for consistent savings. Investments are either inconsistent or avoided entirely because you think you don't have the money. Money decisions still come from fear. Can I afford this? Instead of from intention and clarity. Profit feels accidental, not repeatable. Pricing and delivery aren't really aligned with sustainability. You are working too much for what you're bringing home. The key point at this stage is this: keeping money creates stability. Multiplying money creates that financial freedom, that financial independence that you want. So there's a pivot here, and the pivot is to install the habits early. The mistake most women make is waiting until the next level before adopting the habits required for that level. Don't do that. You want to start early. So they wait to save until they make more, wait to pay themselves until they make more, wait to focus on profit until they make more, wait to invest until they make more. Do you hear the pattern here? Financial freedom, it doesn't work that way. Not at all. The habits come first, the freedom follows. Let me say that again. The habits come first, the freedom follows. So here's what that looks like. Grab something to write with. This is a great checklist for you. Start a weekly money date. 10 minutes. That's all you need. At a minimum, you look at what comes in, what goes out, and what's next. Now, in my money coaching, I give you a bullet list money date ritual that is designed to fund savings and keep you from getting caught by surprise expenses. It's a feminine freedom money date. Number 2, pay yourself consistently. This is something that I started very early in my business. It was not easy to do. I had a lot of ups and downs with it, but it still worked. And I created a whole episode about this. It's Owner's Pay 101. It's episode 123, and I'll link to it in the show notes. So paying yourself consistently means money not just haphazardly shifting from your business account to your personal account, which can really mess up your taxes and ability to borrow for big things like a house or some other kind of investment. So the pivot here is paying yourself as non-negotiable. So go listen to that episode 123 as soon as you're done with this one. All right, number 3, automate savings. Consistent amounts, even if they're small at first, swept into a separate account is an absolute game changer. Number 4, create your overflow system. Now, I do a lot of training on overflow. I have a whole strategy around this. But basically, for today, what I'll share is that this is a simple system where money is intentionally allocated for taxes, debt pay down, expenses, profit, and all the fun stuff as well. Number 5, normalize making million-dollar decisions. And this is exactly why I created my newest bootcamp, which is $1 Million Decision Bootcamp, because the decisions you make today are shaping your income, your profit, and your financial future in ways most women dramatically underestimate. $1 million decisions are not reserved for women making $1 million, but they are the decisions that create that next level. So inside the bootcamp, I'm teaching you exactly how I make $1 million decisions without stress, without overthinking, and in wickedly short timeframes. What makes this bootcamp so juicy is that you'll discover the exact structure of $1 million decision. There's a framework to it that I teach you so that your decisions become clear, revenue-focused, and actionable. I give you the language of $1 million decisions so you stop vague thinking and start making powerful choices. And you gain your personal $1 million decision identity. I coach you through that so that you understand exactly how you think and choose and lead at your next level. Now, the bootcamp includes the coaching, a downloadable workbook, examples, templates, checklists, and very practical tools that you can use immediately to apply to your business. I will link to it in the show notes. I think you're going to love it. You can also pop over to kendallsummerhawk.com/bootcamp. All one word, bootcamp. and check it out there as well. All right, so to wrap up here, the mistake most women make is believing financial freedom arrives when they hit a certain revenue number. And that's why women keep chasing the next income goal, hoping it will finally create the feeling that they're looking for: more security, more stability, more freedom. But financial freedom just does not work that way. Yes, revenue matters, but the revenue number is never the destination. The destination is creating a relationship with money where you know how to make it, keep it, and multiply it. Financial freedom is not created the day you hit a certain revenue number. It's created through the money skills, the money habits that you practice long before you ever get there. All right, my beautiful soul, just remember this: you are here for more, and that means more money peace, more money power, and more profit you actually get to keep. And that gets to start right now. This is your feminine financial freedom era. I am so here for you. This is your money empowerment era. I am so here for that. So thank you so much, and I will see you here in next week's episode. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of the Money Coach School podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast, make sure you follow so you never miss an episode. Also, I would so love and appreciate if you would leave a 5-star review. Your review supports women just like you in discovering all of the juicy tips and insights I'm sharing here on how to coach women on money. And if you want to learn how to excel at coaching women on money, definitely go to KendallSummerhawk.com and check out the wealth of money coach trainings that we have for you. Thanks so much for being part of this money coaching movement and for tuning into the show every week.